what it does, because not a petition just means you have a petition. It's not describing what that petition is. We just got that on.
It's similar to see when it's a vicious game of phone tag all morning, so I'm gonna be busy, and I'm just
This wind does not help air.
I know it was either I know, so we never asked about the petition itself. What do you want to kind of address as far as some misinformation that's put out there over the last few days?
Yes, there was an article came out on Newsday, NBC, I believe, wrote the article, and they were saying that they had gotten over 150,000 registered Republicans to go along with them to get an initiative put on the ballot for 2024 for abortion. And it'd be unfettered, unlimited access. We also have another initiative, citizen-led initiative, called the Human Life Protection Amendment. And that's what most of us here today, we look at that amendment. We're trying to protect the unborn life in Florida. We are not, Floridian Republicans are not about abortion. We are life. We are pro-life. We are about pro-life. And that's why I wanted you to come today, and we wanted to let whoever read that article also know that no, we are not for amendments that would limit life and that would let abortion be unlimited in the state of Florida.
What's it more? Yeah, they said like
150,000. The other thing about it is very, I feel deceptive. And I do have a couple talking points from the Human Life Protection Amendment about the two initiatives. And I would like to go ahead and just put those on attention. There's a clear distinction between the two citizen initiatives to amend the Florida Constitution. One group has stated on their website wants to put abortion on the ballot. The other group is seeking to put the protection of the preborn life on the ballot. The abortion amendment asks Florida voters to approve an amendment to our state constitution that would provide a supposed right for a woman to terminate the life of a preborn child for any reason up to the point of viability, and in some cases up to the point of childbirth. They frame this as limiting government interference with abortion, while completely overlooking that the most fundamental role of the government is the protection of human life. They present it in the same light as opposition to government-forced mask mandates and compulsory vaccinations, but it is not the same at all. The preborn children at risk of having their lives terminated are individual human beings who are the victims of this dangerous philosophy masquerading as freedom. Reports are coming in across the state that many voters are not clear on what they are signing and have been misled into lending their signature to this pro-abortion amendment. The Human Life Protection Amendment simply seeks to have our state constitution recognize the right to life of every preborn individual. And those are the talking points between the two amendments. I would suggest that we talk with Bibi Ford. Bibi is one of the pregnancy centers, a huge advocate for life here. Todd is here. Chairman Bruce Cherry, he is the Seminole County captain for the executive committee in Seminole County. We have a pastor here that is to Stand for Life, and his wife actually has a very interesting story as far as the exclusions of rape and incest. So it is a life from the time of conception And Florida Republicans do not agree with the abortion amendment, and we are not working with them to get this passed in the state of Florida.
If there are, if 150,000 sounds like, that was kind of surprised with me to see that number. So it seems way over, but even if there are some folks that say, hey, you know what, I want it to be on the ballot so I can vote against it. What are your concerns? Because even if for some may say, oh well, hey, let it go on the ballot and let voters decide. But what are you have concerns with the language, and its voters may be maybe confused by that?
I think they are confused by that. I think that's why so many Republicans have signed this, because Republicans usually promote freedom, and we are promoting freedom of life, all life, inside the womb and outside the womb. This amendment does not promote that. This amendment gives you the right to take a life, murder of a human life, an innocent child. I think that when they get to the point of voting for an amendment, if you are not up and clearly understand what these amendments are, a lot of people just go through and they don't know what it stands for. This amendment really portrays itself as about freedom. It's not about freedom. It is about abortion. Hands down, unfettered, unlimited abortion. And most, I would say the majority of Floridians, not just Republicans, but Floridians are not for unlimited access to abortion in the state of Florida.
You were talking earlier about, obviously it has to go through the language of the Supreme Court. The state Supreme Court has to approve that language, and the Attorney General has expressed objections to the language of the amendment. At this point, with it looking like it has the hundreds of thousands of signatures, at this point, how likely do you think it's going to be on the ballot?
It is going to be very touch and go. I think they are at like 733,000 the last I heard. They need 891,000. So, it's possible. We may not have to worry about it. It may not make the ballot. But if it does, we need to make sure that we let everyone know in the pro-life arena, vote no. But right now, decline to sign. Do not sign the Floridians Protecting Freedom Amendment. It is not about freedom. It is about murder.
And even if this petition that you were doing, even if that maybe, let's say it doesn't get enough signatures itself, do you feel like there's still a purpose with that as far as clearing up any confusion, or what do you feel like, let's say even if that were to get the signatures itself, do you feel like that's still got a purpose in what you are doing as far as?
It does still have a purpose. Life always has a purpose, and we will continue on with the Human Life Protection Amendment. If it doesn't make this cycle, we will pray and we will fight for it to make the next cycle. It will be on the ballot again if it doesn't make this one. But right now, I think the voters need to know, the people of Florida need to know that this would be a very bad mistake for Florida, not just for the child, but for the moms. There's so much more to an abortion than this people want to see. There's a very dirty side of abortion. There's mental health issues. Over 70% of the women that have had an abortion have mental health issues, or addiction, or maybe they can't have kids after that. There's so much that's not touched, and that needs to be exposed, and that needs to be brought into the knowledge of the people that are voting for these amendments, that it's not an easy, let's go to the doctor, get this taken care of, and go on with life. It doesn't happen like that. People don't want to say that, but it is. It's a very dirty part of abortion.
Press conference deal, or
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, if I go on with that.
press conference,
I think if you're done with your email comments, yeah, we'll
God knows what Shall we get Bruce's first
sorry, if you could just say, asking for you. Your title.
Bruce, last name Sherry, CHU. I am the chairman of the Seminole County Republican Executive Committee.
Bruce, I think I've been on the phone earlier a little bit. So, with this, yeah, just I was going to ask you that. I mean, even if it's, I'm going to say, let's say that petition gets on the ballot, and this is a petition, but so to speak, but if that doesn't, what's important for you now? Getting this no matter what gets on the ballot.
What's important is that the voters are aware of what it is that is being put before them. There are two petitions. One is pro-life, the other one is pro-death. The pro-death one is deceptively named Floridians for Freedom, or for freedom of mental health, freedom of women's health. It has various, the petition gatherers are using various terms to get people to sign this. And if you go up to someone and say, are you for women's health? Well, yeah, okay. And they're signing it without really realizing what it is. It's a pro-abortion petition. It's not just a pro-abortion petition, it's pro-abortion at any stage, right up until birth. We don't want to be like the other states in the country, like Ohio or California, that are doing abortions now for the birth of a child. And that's what they're pushing. And we want to make sure that people are aware. The Republican Party, the party of abolitionists, that was founded to end slavery in this country, is still the party of abolition, the party of abolishing abortion and protecting human life at every stage. And that's where we stand. So it was errantly reported, and we believe on purpose, that several Republicans in the state of Florida were joining to sign on to push this pro-abortion agenda. And we believe that they are Republicans in name only. They are people who register Republican and may vote on occasion Republican. But true Republicans, true conservatives, true Christians will not vote for abortion because it's murder.
Do you think that? I mean, so it's possible that it is somewhere around that what they're saying. I think the 150, but
I think that number is probably inflated, but I have no way of proving that. But I believe it's inflated. I've been a Republican for a very long time, and I'll be honest. Years and years ago, I was a Democrat, and that party has gone off the ledge. It's hard to find out what they stand for anymore, because there's nothing good that comes out.
Well, obviously there's people that are registered as well, but may not vote. I mean, it doesn't guarantee how they're going to vote. So it's possible that maybe a lot of those folks they register Republicans, but maybe haven't been voting like that for years, or all kinds of possibilities. For those folks who just say, hey, you know what, let it go on the ballot and let voters decide. Why can't we do that?
If that's the case, and that is the way our country works and the way our process works, yes, let the voters decide. But we want to make sure the voters are aware of what it is they're saying, let's put on the ballot. Do we really need to discuss whether or not we should allow the murder of unborn children? I think we should say no. But if the voters say, yes, let's vote on it, then let's go with it. Let's get it on the ballot and let the process take place, because that's what our republic is built on, is everybody's voice being heard. It's just that if that goes through, there's a very loud voice that's not going to be heard, and that's the voice of an unborn baby in the womb.
We wanted to get some video of this. So we talked with we made this little video of the
Petition,
and
we got a few petition signers here.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit of that. If somebody,
And if you need a little bit more background, Phoebe here, the other floor, is the founder of the Fiona Jackson Center for Pregnant Women, and it's a pro-life center, and she also contributed, and also Pastor Hadley and Pastor Hadley's wife Cheryl, who was, I don't know if I must have been in the family. She was adopted, but she was adopted out of incest. Her mother was a 13-year-old girl who was raped by her uncle, and they chose life as opposed to death. And so for those who say, oh, in cases of incest and rape, there should be abortion. Well, this woman is, yeah.
I knew I was a dog at 6 days old. But I just found out that she had worked over this thing. She's not school. So just this year, I found out.
So there's a lot of stories. So there's yeah. So to say that abortion in the case of rape and incest, that would invalidate her life and everyone like her. And this woman is been a pastor's wife for over 50 years and helped bring a lot of people to Christ and has served our community tirelessly. And so if her mother had chose the wrong decision, she wouldn't be here.
Well, I think this is, I really see it, I mean, there are several opportunities here for kind of, this is going to be something that would be covering up until, well, you know, assuming if it gets on the ballot, you know, if it doesn't work. But I mean, I think, you know, if it does, you know, this is obviously something that needs to be talked about voter control. So I really think about opportunities to maybe catch up with some of the kind of maybe at the church, at your center, like say some follow-up stories, because we really, as we continue to cover this, kind of for each of those stories, we really look for somebody that we can really, our viewers will connect with, and we can kind of talk about this, and kind of real stories behind this, because that's what it is. It's not just, you know, whether you think this way or that way. I mean, there's real consequences and real stories behind this. So maybe what we can do is try to link up on how can we exchange, you know, numbers or, you know, just really connect you with the folks who come on. It's really happy to tell their stories. I only have so much, you know, each day, you know, it's a half an hour, you know, new, whatever, so, you know, so much for the story, but I think we really, like I said,
Are you writing the message? So are you working on a piece for this story? Yes. Okay. So do you understand how
Oh yes. I wouldn't run off.
Oh yeah, a lot of people try.
Like I witnessed that. That's very yes. Maxwell Frost, the congressman of District 10, on his Facebook, put out how they strategically put together an entire community to get out and talk about these petitions. And what Lisa and Vicky is saying is that they're lying. These individuals don't even understand what they're doing, what they're petitioning.
people that actually,
The moment I say to them, I'm for babies, I believe babies should be born. I ask them, when does a human life begin? When do they get rights? And the first thing they say, oh, this is not for that. This is about freedom. This is not about abortion. Because they have no clue. It's almost like they've been in a class and been taught to say these things and have no clue what they're saying.
They're told it's healthcare or women's rights.
I think that's very important.
I know Judy has said she's talked to people that have no idea that there's the people that are getting paid to get the sick. They have no idea.
And they will
Exactly.
tell
Did you guys get a picture of the feet?
I told him about the feet.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Zoom in on your hand there.
Oh, okay.
Is it a 10-week-old baby? 10-week-old baby, yeah.
if you need a witness, I'm a witness.
Stay right
I
there.
know that you're getting paid to they've seen it on their face.
And it's illegal to get paid by signature.
Yes.
Ours is a grassroots.
There's this back right by
Prohibition. They're getting paid because Good.
Thank you. Yeah, well, if you know.
That'd be a good lead-in.
And actually just you know, still, you know, kind of what's been reported to us, reach out to both sides, if you're reading like this, our sides.
Yeah. Hey,
He probably can't.
Todd needs to sign.
All right, where's the pen? Give me a pen. I'll hold the pen. You move the paper.
It's your birthday. You probably can't. I mean, just so you have it to refer to.
If other people sign,
Yeah, you got
that's good. Look like it.
Yeah.
But you can go to the website. The people that are collecting, yeah, we need that more information. Yeah, it's legal. And to Kansas, it's not legal.
Well, I'm assuming they're voting it, depending whatever it does or doesn't get on the ballot. I'm